Number one. So if you have a bag of anything, a jug of water, just try to get into this nice flat back bent over position, and we're gonna pull into the belly button. If you don't have a weight that's heavy enough for you, what I recommend is so I have this 25-pound sandbag, and while this isn't enough weight for me, at least it's some weight, I'm gonna grab the sides and try to rip and pull it apart this way, okay? So as I pull, right, there's tension going out this way, and I pull, all right? That's gonna make the weight a lot heavier to my muscles without actually having to go heavier. So again, if you don't have a weight, the modification is with a towel. It's the same principle. You're gonna take the towel, palms face up like this. You're gonna pull and try to rip it in half as we stay in this bent over position. Literally trying to, the whole time hopefully you can see my arm shaking a little bit. As I pull up into me, I'm literally trying to tear this towel in half the whole time, okay? So we'll do that for 12, and then we'll switch to Lego squats. So if you guys don't remember or didn't do this last time, we're here, on angle sideways, holding onto the weight. I'll go this way because I want to do my non-dominant side. And then from here, we're gonna go down to the top of our foot and then sit back to our heel. And ideally, like my mobility is not perfect, so ideally it's from here, this position right here, we're gonna go ahead and stand up, right? Okay, so we're gonna do 12 on one leg, 12 on the other. If you cannot do that, mobility-wise, then we're here, staggered stance, squat. So my one foot is in line with my other foot's heel, heels up nice and high, I'm gonna squat down, okay? 12 on one side, 12 on the other. That is our first pod. We'll do that for 12 minutes. And then we have archer push-ups and wall press dead bugs for 8 minutes. And then we're done. So we'll go over a warm-up. And we'll go from there. Hey, Cheryl. All right, so warm-up. Let's go into our breathing. So whatever position breathing works for you. I'm gonna do this child's pose one. So I'm gonna go down to my hands and knees. Top of my feet are gonna be down like that. I'm gonna hunch down like this and breathe. I'm gonna feel my belly press into the top of my thighs. As I breathe in nice and deep, my back over here should expand. Take nice, deep, slow breaths. In and out through my nose. Okay. From there, let's just go lay down straight onto our belly, into that Sphinx position for our head nod, so my lower body is relaxed. Head up, look up, head down, look down. Pushing that floor away with my elbows so that I get a little bit of a stretch in between my shoulder blades. Not so much that I have to hold my breath, but just so I'm not sagging here in my shoulders, with my shoulders up by my ears. Okay, we're gonna go rotations now. Try to look at the bottom of your feet or into your back pocket. All right. Oh, excuse me. And then from here, let's go into our rolling. So let's stay in this Superman position. We're gonna go ahead and reach with our arms. So our arm-led segmental rolling, relaxing the lower body. I'm gonna look over my shoulder and then drive my shoulder and my elbow back to the other direction. And just do a half roll. If you want to do a full roll, you would go and then come all the way over to your back and then reach over and come back to your belly and go the other way. I like to do the half roll because I feel this stretch here at the end when I pause in that half roll. And then I feel it kind of opening me up a lot more. So for the sake of time and where I see the most benefit, for me personally, I go with the half roll. Alright. And then let's go into some rocking. So I'm going to put my tops of my feet down, rocking forward and back, pushing that floor away. Alright, and then crawling forward and back. Okay, and then let's go into our cross crawl march. So standing and then just touching opposite arm and leg. Sorry, I'd have a timer today. We do have a timer. I'd have a timer on the screen, but I'm using the Apple timer because it's just gonna be a 12-minute timer, and my tripod that I'm using for that phone doesn't go vertical. Well, it does go vertical. It's not easy to go vertical like the other one. So if I went vertical, it dropped the height of it down quite a bit. So I'd have to readjust everything. So it wasn't worth it because my phone won't turn sideways with the Apple timer. So unfortunately, no timer today. It'll just be a 12-minute timer. No big deal. All right, any questions so far? Sorry, let me... Oh, hey, Auntie, sorry. I didn't see all the comments don't scroll. I really wish that Facebook would put, like, description somewhere. I guess it really doesn't matter for them because, like, they don't think I'm using it for the purpose that I am. But anyway. All right, so we're going to put 12 minutes on the clock. We are going to do 12 bent over rows. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so in case you need to make it more challenging with the bent over rows, right? So not only can we pull that bag apart, we can stagger our feet to make our base of support less stable. So every round I would switch sides, and then we can progress to even going into a RDL bent over row. Oh, trying to balance there and stay there. Okay. So it's just a level of difficulty. It's not necessarily going to make the row itself harder. It'll make the overall exercise harder though, right? Because your entire body will be working a whole lot more with a much narrower base of support. Okay? So that can be your progression if pulling that bag apart isn't enough. If you can't go up in weight and pulling that object apart isn't enough tension and you want to make it more challenging, you can go ahead and narrow your base of support to 1 foot. Okay. All right. So, no questions I see. All right. So we'll get started. Oh, Jesus. All right. So ready? Go. So everything's for 12. So pull that bag apart. Pull to your belly button. Back stays nice and flat. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right? So I'm gonna get a pad down because turf's a little abrasive. We're gonna go into those Lego squats. I'm gonna start, same weight that I'm rowing. I'm gonna start on my non-dominant leg, which would be my left. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I stay in frame. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, try to watch the tracking of your knee, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm gonna take a quick breather, but we still have the other leg to do. If you don't need a quick breather, go to the other leg. See what happens if I load my shoulder instead, so my arms don't get as tired. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Those are a lot harder than I thought they would be. The bent over rows took all of like 35 seconds. That took all of like 3 minutes and then some. So keep going if you can. I'm just checking and making sure nothing crazy is going on. The messages we need to address. So we're shooting for 2 to 3 sets. Whew. Going into those bent over rows. Lego squats. I'm kind of hoping I only got to do one more set of Lego squats. Those are bad. That's a lot. Really, it's because it's a lot of range of motion too, to control. So it's quite a deep squat, and it's pretty much a single leg exercise. All right, I'm gonna bang out one side. So I'm gonna need to rest. Going into the other. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. All right. Back's getting a little tight. Mobilize it a little bit. So, regardless of the time, although we have 4:40 left, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do bent over rows, and then I'll be done. Unless I run out of time after the Lego squats, which I doubt it because I have 4 minutes. But I'm not gonna do another set of Lego squats, no matter what, because I can already feel my back getting tired. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. How are we doing, guys? Got 3 minutes left. So I'll probably get in one more set, and to be honest, have like a good amount of time left, like minute 30. We'll see if I do some staggered stance squats instead of the Legos. But I gotta go soon. All right, chest out, back flat, pull, rip that bag apart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 2 minutes left. 1:40-ish. So maybe instead of doing single leg stuff, maybe I'll just do a couple front hold squats. So we're gonna rest till about a minute anyway. Well, actually, I'm gonna go get in a couple squats, tear this bag apart, do it bilateral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 45 seconds. I'm gonna lay on the floor. Oh God. And it's really just more so that it's hot, probably. So if you can keep going, you have 20 seconds to finish up whatever you're working on. And then we're moving on to archer push-ups and wall press dead bugs. Oh. All right. 2, 1, relax. All right, so archer push-up, set up in a push-up position. One hand is here, okay? The other hand goes a little wide. Keep this elbow nice and tight. Use this hand a little bit to help push yourself up. That'll be 12 on one side, 12 on the other. If you're not good with that, you can try it on your knees, but I would suggest you just do a kneeling or a regular push-up, but a negative. Just lower yourself to the body with control. Drop to your knees, come back up safely. Don't worry about pushing back up, okay? So that archer push-up is gonna look like this. So instead of me being here, which is my normal, I would go wide, keep my weight centered, and come down, and then press, and use this hand a little bit, right? Honestly, like I'll probably only do one set of those before switching to something else. But I just wanted to give you variations in case this was too easy for you guys. Somebody's getting tired of push-ups, whatever it happens to be. So that's a variation right there that you can do. So it's gonna be 12 on one side, 12 on the other. And then we're gonna wall press dead bugs. So you're gonna do a wall. Just grab your chair that's weighed down with some books or a person. Grab somebody's ankles. Grab the bottom of your couch. Odds are you're not gonna like lift the couch, right? And I'm gonna push the wall away from me, which is gonna engage my rib cage. Or you can, from here, try to lift an object, right? Like your couch, try to push up to engage your abs. You will be here. Your lower back will be pressed into the floor. You will reach your leg out as far as you can while maintaining that pressure of your lower back into the floor. And then you'll come back to the start. Do the other side. Come back to the start. And you're gonna do 12 on each side. Normally we'd probably do 8, but to be honest, let's just do 12 so you only have one number to remember, which is 12, okay? We're doing an 8-minute round on this one, so I'm probably hoping to accomplish 2 sets on this, to be honest. And then, that's it. Any questions so far? I'm gonna grab some water. I'm gonna double check Instagram. You don't know where I'm at? Oh, I froze on the screen. Hey, Nikki. All right, well, hopefully the screen fixed itself. Cheryl, sorry I didn't see it earlier. Is everybody good to go? All right, 8-minute timer, archer push-ups, 12 on each arm. If you're just doing negative push-ups, then it's just 12 total of them, okay? And then you go into those wall press dead bugs, we're going 12 on each leg. Questions? We're good? All right, 8 minutes, go. Dude, I was at 3 and that was hard. 12. I'm gonna switch sides, and this is probably the last set of archer push-ups I'm doing. Those are rough. I turn my hand this way, fingers pointing out, versus this way, just because it's easier on my wrist and my shoulder. Because if I'm this way and I'm reaching long, my shoulders are a little more forwardly rotated, puts a lot more pressure on your shoulder. And with me, with bad shoulders, it's a higher chance of dislocating it again. So, all right. Oh, that's rough. I also had my feet a little wider to take a little more load off of my extended arm, right? So it didn't have as much torque from the hips twisting. And that kind of leads you to a single arm push-up. Not that I've ever done one. And now, onto wall press dead bugs. Two, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Not even halfway. Work on quality rather than speed. 6. These are really good for people with lower back issues. Whew. 7. Shoulder issues, things like that, because it engages your core, teaches you how to get a neutral pelvis, which as that gets stronger, hopefully opens up your joints and your hips and your shoulders to be more mobile because of the stability that you've gotten through your trunk. 8. 9. 10, 11, 12. Four minutes. That is halfway. Odds are I'll get 2 sets in of everything because I'm not doing archer push-ups again. So, pretty sure we'll get in 2 sets. Just making sure. Never mind your back. Good to hear. Sorry, I know that you probably wrote that a long time ago. All right, no comments on Facebook. All right, so we're going into some kind of like negative push-up. Whew. For me, if you still want to do archer push-ups from your knees, actually maybe I could do that. I don't know if it's worth putting extra stress on my shoulder, but you could do it from your knees. Let's try it. So, I'll do them kneeling. Wide. 1, 2, 3. I'm pushing up with both hands, 4. But because my left hand's wide, 6. I can't push as hard with it, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that puts more focus on my right. Whew. That wasn't bad. Kneeling archer push-ups, not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you're keeping your shoulder away from your ears. 10, 11, oh God, 12. That was hard. That was getting rough. And for me, I'm left-handed, so that should have been my easier side. But obviously, it's hot, getting tired, focusing on form is a lot more fatigue. I feel my pec get tight, which should happen. I mean, we're doing pushes, but whew, those were not easy, even though I was on my knees on that round. Quick water break. We got 2 minutes. Let's knock on our 12 dead bugs. For me, I love those dead bugs because I really push my lower back into the ground, tilt my pelvis, tilt my tailbone towards the ceiling, and I feel that like hip bone, like lower ab growing area for my abs, which is what's weak and what causes my hip and probably my lower back to like get sore or like be loose. My hip being loose, not my back. So anytime I can feel that burn down there below my belly button in the abdomen is great, because I know that I need to work on that engagement so that my chest and my traps don't turn on for my core to stabilize. It's a lot of cheating and compensation. One. Two. And I'm trying to breathe with braced abs if I can. 3. But obviously majority of the time I'm breathing when both legs are in. As far as taking an inhale, 4. Woo. I'm going to focus on 4 more so I feel it more in my lower abdomen rather than finishing my 12. If I don't make it, I don't make it. 5. 6. Whew. That's how tiring 2 good reps are. Whew. When you're using the right muscles. Oh, 7. All right. So that was it. That was all I could accomplish. 7. So that's 1.5 rounds basically. All right. That was a little shorter on the workout, but hopefully still pretty tiring and intense. I would say definitely trap release today with a lacrosse ball. If this is the corner of a wall here, get a lacrosse ball, put it here, lean into the wall, release your traps, release your pecs. Definitely quads, abductors, the inside of your thigh, and your hip flexor over here, right? That's gonna be really tight from those Lego squats, which a lot of you may not have great range of motion for. So a lot of your small stabilizing muscles are gonna turn on to stabilize your hip so you can stand up. So those are gonna get really tight and tired, which is probably why my lower back started feeling it after a while, because I started cheating, probably pitching forward a little bit. But also those muscles are already tight on me, so that motion's gonna make them a little bit tighter. But I'm aware of that. I could make that change, and I did. You saw me change to a regular squat after that, and then I'm gonna also make that change by addressing those tight muscles and foam rolling my vastus lateralis, which is the outside, not the outside, but like the upper outside of my thigh, top of my thigh and my hip flexor, and release all of those areas so that it doesn't pull on my lower back. And that's also why the wall press dead bugs were there, to combat and like tilt the pelvis the other way, because the top of your pelvis, when you do a lot of squats, tips that way. If this is the front of me, it's gonna tip that way, okay? So imagine you have a bucket filled with water and you're holding it in front of you, your pelvis behind is gonna tip forward, so all that water is gonna dump forward into your belly, from your belly button. We wanna tip that bucket backwards so it's neutral again, right? So it's not here, we wanna tip it back so it's there, okay? So that's why we do those wall press dead bugs. For a lot of us, we have that hyperextended back from tight hip flexors, tight quads, and we want to turn on the rectus or the front side abdominal muscles to pull that front side pelvis from tipping down. We're going to pull it back up. Okay. Any questions? Let me check Instagram real quick. A little bit more active today on Instagram, talking wise. No, we're good. All right. So that's where I would foam roll No questions then, guys. All right, we're about 13 minutes faster today. It's not because of the workout for the most part. A lot of it was the talking too. I didn't talk as much. All right, if there's no other questions, text me if you want to be on the Zoom on Saturday, 9 o'clock. We'll do a Zoom workout. If you're a member, as always, please share this with your friends. Invite them to do this workout. It's recorded. We try to get exposure and try to share this great information with as many people as possible so we can help as many people as possible. So please go ahead and share this. Tag some friends and share it on your Facebook or Instagram page and let people know what we're trying to do here as far as good quality, balanced workouts that won't leave you feeling beat up by the end of this quarantine stay-at-home order. All right. So thank you guys for coming. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, see you guys on Monday or Saturday if you're a member and you're